All right. You are looking live at Sold Out MetLife Stadium where today the 16-0 playoff bound New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 New England Patriots. And why are the New England Patriots 0-16? Because they suck. They really do, baby. No more Tom Brady. No more Super Bowl for you, New England Patriot fans. Bye-bye, Bill Belichick. Bye-bye, Tom Brady. Bye-bye, Super Bowls, New England Patriots. You suck. And you know, welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all that's going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching a replay this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight, me and my buddy Randy here. Try to go about 30 minutes tonight. Shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free. Fire away, throw it in the chat box. Usually try to check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So as soon as I see something in there, I just try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free. Fire away. But plus also, seriously, instead of me just rambling on for half an hour, 45 minutes, or whatever it might wind up being, it's just nice to talk to another Giant fan. So once again, please feel free. By the way, before we get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean the absolute world to me. In the description box below, the very top link in the description box takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. The second one's called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level I got is called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. If you are subscribed to my channel, once again, thank you. I can use all the support I can get, guys. But if not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way, next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. Maybe if you give this video a thumbs up or share it, that'd be freaking awesome. And then finally, also just a little ways down in the description box, there's 2 additional links. The top one's a Facebook link, which I'll go over in just a second. And the one underneath it, I'm an old-time fart. Can't stand change. Get off my lawn. I'm one of them old-time farts. Just like kind of these things, like just the way they are. Right? Don't be changing this stuff up, right? So the one underneath it, it's a Twitter link. It's always be Twitter to me. It's always been Twitter. It always will be Twitter. It's Twitter. Whatever letter of the alphabet Elon Musk wants to call it, that's on you, bro. I ain't calling it that. I'm calling it Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'll follow you back. That's an absolute promise. I try to put Giants-related stuff in there every day. And then finally, the link on top of it takes you to my Facebook group. Right? It's called the New York Giants to Gridiron. Very original, I know, basically, because that's the same name as my YouTube channel here. But we have over 8,100 members in this group, and it's doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing, and if I have internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group darn near 365. And not only do I put stuff in this group, but the members post stuff in this group as well. So between me and the members, there's a ton of New York Giants information going in this group every day. It's the New York Giants to Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You won't be dissatisfied. I promise. Lord stuff said and done and out of the way with. We're Haji Sheikh days away. Well, a little over an hour. I'm in the Eastern time zone here. In a little over an hour, we'll be Kerry Collins days away, or whatever number 5 number you like to rock and roll with. But we're getting down there to the nitty gritty. Of course, mock drafts are going wild. Oh, what's up, Ruben? What's up, buddy? Mock drafts are just going stone cold crazy. And I'll tell you what, I might have one more. What I do is I go into PFF and I let them, they let them pick the first 5 picks, and then they'll give me the guys that are available, and I'll pick a guy, and then they go to the second round and all that. So I might do maybe a 3-round mock draft or something like that. Usually I try to see what kind of grades I get from PFF. Usually I get something pretty good. But, I'm sure I won't be right on any of them. But we'll have to wait and see. But speaking of, free agency, the Giants have been up there as far as spending. Now, of course, that's not always the best way. To be fair, also, if you look at it like this, the Giants are big-time spenders, okay, and 7th highest in free agency, all right? But the $232 million, okay? So obviously that's also including bringing back some of the guys that they had, right? Now, obviously, a lot of, some of the guys that they brought back that they had aren't really, big-time, didn't cost a lot of money. But, Burns, that's $150 million of the 232. So if you take, I mean, you can't do it, but if you take Burns away, the Giants have only spent like $82 million in the free agency. Yeah, I saw a mock draft. Giants traded 6, but well, yeah, that's right. I'm going to go over that. That's why I got on my thumbnail, PS2, and it's not PlayStation 2 either. Then I put that in there. I put PS2, and then I put something else after that, something about the safeties, and I'm like, PS2. I'm like, yeah, PlayStation 2. Yeah, my son used to have one. Yeah. Oh, yes, I've seen that. We'll go over that. I'm going to definitely go over that. That would certainly fill a need for the Giants, right? They wouldn't be able to get one of the top dog wide receivers, but it would fill a need for the Giants, that's for sure. What do we got? What you got? I'll take it in a heartbeat. I bet you a lot of people would. I would too. The only thing, I would love it. The thing is that I think this is his 4th year. I think you'd have to sign. You'd have to, obviously take his 5th year option, right? You have yourself your 2 cornerbacks. Knock on wood. Let's hope none of them get injured or not like that. But you got your 2 cornerbacks, you got your 2 edge rushers, you got your 2 cornerbacks. Whew, man, that would be great. The thing is, like he's gonna obviously you have to pay the guy though too. It's not like you're grabbing somebody a 1st year, cornerback or something like that. So within a couple of years, he's going to want himself a nice little contract. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You have 2 young studs. Absolutely. So that's I said you have 2 cornerbacks, you got 2 edge rushers, you got Sexy Dexy, you got Okereke. You're starting to really starting to fill in that defense. And maybe you can draft another defensive player somewhere along the line in the first 3 rounds or so. Maybe put some. We're going to go over the safeties as well too. Maybe you can draft the safety. We'll have to wait and see. Let's not forget about Belton or Pinnock either. But if you got Surtain, if you got PS2 out there, PlayStation 2 out there, man, I tell you what, you really be adding, you'd be adding some top quality right there. The thing I like about that, okay, is that the one thing I don't like about it is that you're not really trading, you are, but you kind of want the Broncos to trade up and give you trade value for the pick 6, the 6th overall pick. So once again, we're going to go over this a little bit in a little while. But they're kind of like putting Patrick Surtain in there, which is, it's kind of like an added bonus, I guess. The one thing I like about him is what you have. It's not like, somebody coming out of college and you're like, well, I don't know. I broke the tape down and look, the guy looks like, he might be able to do it in the NFL. This guy might have a chance. No, you know what you got with Surtain. Yeah, I seen that too. I'm like, wow. And I saw another one that said, I don't know. Somebody's like, I don't know, smoking something or something, whatever. The thing is with this, with the 2025 first round draft, you don't know where they're picking. You kind of hope they lose every game. That would be fantastic. But they could be picking 20th. You don't know. But I saw another one that said like, I think that's what it said. It's like this year's first round pick, a 3rd round pick from this year, because I don't think they have a 2nd round. They got their 3rd round, their first round, their 3rd round from this year. Next year's 1st round and Patrick Surtain to go up to number 6. It's like, That's a heck of a lot. I mean, I don't know if they do that, but I would do that in a heartbeat. Oh, yeah. Well, I'd take it. Absolutely. Now, I wish I could share this, but it's from Giants country. It shows the top spenders in free agency. Carolina, $355 million. Jacksonville, $339. The Eagles are third, $319 million they've spent. Tennessee, $306 million. Atlanta, $244. Houston's $238. Now, interesting, or kind of funny, because the Cowboys, $11 million of all they've spent. They're number 32. $11 million is all they've spent in free agency. They have spent absolutely freaking nothing. Wow. I mean, it's not even close. Number 31 is the Chargers, because that's why they had to jettison like all their players. They were like $800 trillion, like over the cap. Same thing with Buffalo. Buffalo is way over the cap as well too. But that's why the Chargers, they don't, they had to get rid of some of their wide receivers. They only spent $44 million. New Orleans, they're usually almost, expect a lot of times it seemed like they were always over the cap. I think when Peyton was there. I don't know if things have changed or whatever, but they've only spent $59 million. They were the 30th, or they were the third least team, or whatever you want to call it, this in spending in free agency. But the Cowboys only spent $11 million in free agency. I mean, it's not even close. They're $11 million. The Chargers are at $44 million. 11. That's all they spent was $11 million. Wow. Whew. That is nothing. I said, but the Giants are 232. Now, as I said, the one thing, makes me feel kind of good to one degree is that, I mean, you never want to be, as John Maurer said, and I gotta agree with him, you never want to be the biggest spenders, or, you never want to win in March. You don't want to be, woo! Like the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles are just like spending, and even like with the Commanders. The Commanders went out and brought in a whole bunch of new guys. It's tough to take a whole bunch of new guys and just kind of throw them on a team. All right, guys, go win. It's like a team. I mean, that's why you're like you. You got your team, you draft, you add some players to the team, right? You get rid of a couple guys, and you keep this, and you keep the team going forward, and you draft, bring some more guys in from the draft or whatever, develop those guys, keep, you know what I mean? And you sprinkle in a couple free agents here and there and all, whatever. But I mean, to go and bring in my goodness, like an extra 20 different guys. I mean, and of course, with the Eagles, the one thing that I always laugh about with the Eagles is that, they bring in all these big time players and everything like that. But, they sign into these contracts, like whatever, 15, 20, like DeVonta Smith. Now, if we look, let's see if they have his contract in there. Let me see. This I always get such a kick out of there. Let's see. Philadelphia Eagles salary cap. Now let's see if they have DeVonta Smith in here. Let's see if they have his new contract in here. Okay, DeVonta Smith. Let me. Let's see. Click on him. Have it? Yep. Here we go. Yep. Basically, he signed a new deal. Right? They got a potential out if they want. But basically, he's going to make $25 million a year. He'll make $25 million a year for 3 years after his rookie deal is up, right? The thing is that, let's see, his dead cap, or what is it? His cap hit. The thing is, I said, it really, really makes me laugh is that, he signs a 3-year deal for $25 million a season, which is it's absolute total bull. SH, you know what I'm saying? Absolute total BS, because his cap hits are like let's see, his cap hit is $10 million 2026. It's $13 million in 2027, and his cap hit is $20 million. So basically, it's absolutely just straight up garbage. The $3 million, 3 years, $25 million a season. Well, he's getting $10 million, $13 million, and $20 million. Where's the 25 at? Well, where the 25 per season is the 4 years it's added on when he's not even on the team. I mean, it's just absolute. I mean, it's unbelievably ridiculous. He has on in 2029, he has a void year for almost $13 million. Now, he won't be on the team, but the cap hit is $13 million, and he won't be on the team, right? Then he has a cap hit, a void year of a cap hit of $10.5 million in 2030 when he won't be on the team. Another cap hit of 8.1, and then another one 4.1. So basically, when he's not even on the team anymore, he has a cap hit of, let's just say 13, 23, 31. Yeah, so $35 million. So he'll be off the team. DeVonta Smith will be off the team. He'll be off the Eagles team. Okay. And the 4 years that he's, after this deal is over, it's this 3-year, $75 million extension, right? So after those 3 years are up, the next 4 years, quite possibly he won't be on the team, maybe, right? And they owe him 35. He has a cap hit of $35 million. So I mean, it's like, and I said this is all these Eagle fans that I see in these Facebook groups and everything like that. They're, McGee, look at us, we're so great. I mean, it's like everybody he signs has all these void years added on to the end of the and they're all like, Howie's the greatest guy of all time. No, well, yeah, I got news flash for you, you morons. I mean, the Eagles fans are absolutely unbelievable. I mean, they think like Howie Roseman knows something that the other GMs don't. No, I mean he's putting money on down the road. The other GMs really choose not to. Why? Because they don't want to kick money down the road because they're intelligent. Howie Roseman's not. I mean, that's all Howie Roseman does. He keeps bringing these guys in, signs this guy for $8 trillion a season, and his cap hit's only like $42. It's like, how do they sign him for a 1 year, $850 trillion, and his cap hit is only $42? It's like, how is that? Well, then you look, right? And he's got a bunch of void years added on after the contract's over with, where his cap hit, I mean, it's just absolute total joke. Absolute total joke. But the Giants are the 7th highest. But as I said, what doesn't really upset me too much is that the one they spent $232 million, okay, in free agency. Once again, it is quite a bit, okay. But I said the one thing that doesn't really is because the $150 million of it. Now, Shane better be right here, okay, right? $30 million per season is a lot of money. Now, the thing is for Burns, you couple him up with Sexy Dexy, Kayvon, and him, right? Now you might be on it. Now you might be elevating Burns' game. Okay. A little bit better. Also, another one of the things that, kind of hear is that, what might have kept Burns' sack total down a little bit, okay, is what? Carolina, what? They suck, right? So when they're down 812-0, right, into the third quarter, what's the other team doing? Are they throwing the ball 99% of the time, or they might try to run the ball a little bit? They might try to run, run the clock, or So that's one thing that might keep his numbers down a little bit like that. But one thing that might help elevate him is now you got your pair of bookends. Pick your poison. You want Kayvon or you want Burns? or you want to double team sexy. As I said, that would be the one thing that would really do this old fart's heart good. And if they were to get themselves a stud of a defensive tackle to pair it up next to Sexy Dexy, man, that would be nice. Then you'd have probably the best front wall in all of football. With those four guys. But I'm saying, if you take out Burns, his contract, the Giants have only spent 82 million or 83? Well, I'm an idiot. 82 million. Okay. So the Giants, you take out Burns' contract, the Giants have only spent $82 million in free agency. So that's not bad, right? Considering the third highest team, what was it? Was the Saints. Or the third highest. The third least team was the Saints at $59 million. Okay. Let me see if I can click on this thing here. See if it'll. No, I can't click on it. Oh, wait. Spot track, open it up. Extensions. Oh, I don't know. And now the Eagles are number one with extensions and everything. 300. The Eagles have spent almost $400 million. Well, this could quite possibly be including DeVonta Smith. So the Eagles are number one now, quite possibly, according to Spot Track. Let's see here. The Cowboys have spent $13 million. Wow. All right, so let's see, $82 million. So if you look, which is, if you take Burns' contract out, the Giants have spent $82 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which would be the sixth least. So that's pretty good. But the Eagles have spent $137 million in free agency and $258 million in extensions. So the Eagles have spent almost $400 million. Almost $400 million the Eagles spent. So, I really hope I get down on my knees. I'll take the Cowboys over the Eagles. I despise the Eagles. And if they stink this year and they lose and all that stuff, man, I will be so happy because I absolutely hate the Eagles. So the Eagles are number one, according to Spot Track, almost $400 million the Eagles have spent. Anyway, but the Giants, I said, the one thing that makes me a little happy with that is that if you take Burns' contract out, the Giants are down about $82 million, which isn't bad, which I said would be like the sixth or so least. So that's not too bad. But as Mr. Mara said, you never want to be numero uno like the Eagles. You never want to be numero uno in March. And that's where the Eagles are at. And that's because the Eagles suck. And they're low-life pieces of trash. And I can't wait for them to lose this season. Absolutely can't stand them. All right, next. What do we got? The Giants draw the 13th hardest schedule in 2024. Now, the one thing here, okay, is that, if you're drawn like the real tough schedule, I mean, a lot of that also has to do with the reason why is because the year before you stunk. That's why, because they're just going with the winning percentage. That's all it is. If the Giants were 17-0, right? And that means everybody underneath them was a worser team. The Giants, would quite possibly wouldn't be 13th hardest. But because they're 6-11, the teams above them, are obviously, like the Eagles and the Cowboys. A lot of teams, the better winning percentage than the Giants. That makes their schedule certainly a little bit harder. Because like the Giants went out and they actually beat the Cowboys, right? If they beat the Eagles twice or they beat other teams, the Giants' record was better. If the Giants had 5 or 6 or some more wins, they would be knocking some of those other teams' winning percentages down, and that would make the Giants, their schedule a little bit easier. Let's see here. Giants who finished 6-11, 2023 will not be receiving much relief from the schedule makers in 2024. According to Sharp Football Analysis, the Giants will have the 13th most difficult schedule for the upcoming 2024 NFL season based on their strength of schedule metrics. Let's see here. Teams with the easiest schedule, the Falcons. Falcons got the easiest. Let's see. Oh, yeah, by far. Oh, my goodness, yeah. Yeah, so let's see. Sort of, what do we got here? The Eagles have the 9th easiest. Figures. Absolutely figures. Let's see. Yes, so actually, so the Eagles somehow, I don't know how it works out. I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable. So the Eagles were second in the division, but somehow they have the 9th easiest schedule in the NFL. I mean, they're second. They were 10-1 at one point. They had the best record in the NFL, and somehow being 10-1 at one point and still finishing second in our division, they wound up with the 9th easiest schedule in all of football. Absolutely freaking ridiculous. Absolutely, it's just unbelievable. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. So they'll have the 4th easiest schedule in the NFC somehow. I have no idea how that works out. Absolutely, just absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. But the Giants, yeah, they let's see. Well, I mean, this is bad. Apparently, the Patriots have the 31st hardest schedule. The Patriots are trash. They're just trash. They need a quarterback and this, that, and the other thing. And we don't know how Mayo is going to be as a coach or anything like that. And they got the 31st hardest schedule. Whew. Feel sorry for them. Let's see here. The Steelers got the worst. The Steelers have the hardest. The Browns have the 30th hardest, the third hardest, shall we say. The Ravens have the 4th. So, but the Giants, yeah. Giants have the 13th hardest. Cowboys actually have the 11th hardest. Once again, I have no idea how it works out. I mean, because basically it's supposed to be, a lot of it's supposed to be like where you finish at, like with the Eagles, they're supposed to play the other team's division second, place team and stuff like that. And also, I'm not sure how the Eagles, who were 10-1, had the best record in the NFL for many weeks, still finished second in the division, somehow have the 9th easiest schedule. And the Giants, who finished third, right, have like the 13th hardest. I don't know how to. That's just absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Commanders have the 13th easiest. So, if the Cowboys got a tough schedule. Cowboys got a tough. So do the Giants. Let's see. It goes over this here. The Giants, whom sharp list with their over-under win total at 6.5, will face off against the NFC East Division rivals, right? The Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Commanders in home and away, right? They'll also face the AFC North, Baltimore, Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh, and the NFC South, which is, not the toughest, shall we say. You got the Falcons, the Panthers, the Saints, and the Bucks. And there are 2 at-large games against the other third-place NFC finishers. The Giants will face Minnesota and Seattle. Their extra out-of-conference contest will be versus Indianapolis at home. The Atlanta Falcons have the easiest schedule, while Pittsburgh drew the hardest. Whew. Man. So, no. Giants. I mean, past couple of seasons, to be true, 2 seasons ago when the Giants went to the playoffs and all that, they did have a little bit of their schedule was in their favor. That's for sure. Wasn't in their favor last season, and apparently we got another tough schedule ahead of us. I just don't understand, because I just can't stand the Eagles. I don't know how they finished second in the division. And somehow they have the 9th easiest schedule in the NFL, and they finish. I know that makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. Absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. But as I said, the Cowboys have a tough one. They didn't spend like anything in free agency. They haven't brought in anybody really or anything like that. They lost a bunch of guys. It's going to be a tough season for the Cowboys. I hope. Let's hope, right? All right, what do we got here? Then we got this here. This is from Bet Online. Okay, these are the number 6 overall pick. The odds. All right, Now, interestingly, let me click out of a couple of things here. Bam. All right, now Malik Neighbors. He's the favorite. His odds are 3-2. Rome Odunze is 3-1. J.J. McCarthy, man, they actually got him in there. J.J. McCarthy, he is at 5-1. The odds of being picked number 6 overall. Joe Alt is 13-2. So what the heck is that? 6.5-1, basically. So I don't know how. I don't know where they're getting these. They usually think. But if they're thinking pick 6, if they're thinking the Giants are there and they actually think Joe Alt is, I'll have to wait and see. I mean, I would be absolutely blown away if they took Alt. The Giants took Alt at number 6. Absolutely freaking blown away. I mean, that would make no sense at all to me. Marvin Harrison Jr. is 11-1. Drake May, 25-1. Then you got Jaden Daniels is 33-1. Quinion Mitchell, 33-1. Fuaga, 33-1. Brock Bowers, 40-1. Latham, 50-1. Fasciano is 50-1. Arnold, 50-1. Turner, 66-1. Bo Nix, Bo Nix, 100-1 to be picked 6 overall. Really? Wow. I mean, just he's in the conversation. Wow. What do we got here? And Michael Penix is 150-1. There's other guys in there. Mims, 110. Xavier Worthy, 150. Nate Wiggins, 150. But Malik Neighbors, for the odds, according to Bet Online, okay, odds for the number 6 overall pick, Malik Neighbors is the favorite. And Rome Odunze is second. Malik Neighbors is 3-2, and Rome Odunze is 3-1. And somehow J.J. McCarthy is in there at 5-1. They think there's a chance McCarthy goes to number 6. Pretty interesting. It's just that with McCarthy, I mean, because obviously he kind of thinking that the first 3 picks quite possibly might be quarterbacks. So that would be like McCarthy basically falling to the Giants at number 6, giving like nobody else back there, like the Vikings who have 2 first-round picks, no consideration of them jumping up to number 4 or number 5 and trading with 2 teams that don't need a quarterback, right? And let McCarthy just slide on back to the Giants at number 6. The only way I can see that would be like if the Giants picked him at number 6. Okay. That means the Giants would have to like him, right? But that would have to also mean the other teams really had no interest in McCarthy whatsoever. Meaning, because the Vikings got the 2 first-rounders for a reason, right? Doesn't mean 100% that they're going to absolutely couple them up and absolutely positively guarantee that they're coming up. We're not 100% certain on that. But there's a good chance that might happen, right? You don't acquire an extra first-round pick and you need a quarterback, right? Without you maybe comparing the 2, because that's all. I don't think they have a second-round pick. I don't think they have a third-round pick, right? So they got the 2 first-round picks, I said. So they might, they talk to the Cardinals, talk to the Chargers, right? Those guys don't need a quarterback, right? And why would you want to, gamble? I mean, if they like McCarthy, and if he falls back, that's if they like him. Once again, you got to like him. That's why another one of the reasons is that, the Vikings, they're not going to make any moves. Obviously, they're not doing it now. I mean, you want to see who's available, because there's a chance they may not like, all 4 quarterbacks. That's a good possibility, right? But so the odds are Malik Neighbors, betting odds. Malik Neighbors at 3-2. He's the favorite to be picked at number 6. Hey, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with him or Dunzier. Either or. I'd be fine with that. All right. Next, what do we got? Well, we got, let's see. I'll go over this here. Let's go over Patrick Surtain II, PlayStation 2. Coming soon to a theater near you. The Broncos are ready to offer, this is from G-Men HQ, offer Patrick Surtain and picks to move up for a quarterback. The Giants should be willing to make that deal. Absolutely. They should have been willing to make that, or Dave Gettleman should have been willing to make that deal in 2018 when the Broncos were basically trying to give away the house to move up to pick number 2 to take a quarterback. And Gettleman, didn't want to answer the phone, right? Maybe it could have been a trade of a lifetime for him, right? Didn't want to pick up the phone. He's like, nope, I'm taking Saquon. Sorry. I don't care what you're going to offer me. Well, that's why you don't have, one of the reasons why you don't have a job anymore. As Big Blue fans recently saw, the Giants general manager Joe Schoen didn't tip his hand as far as which way he was leaning in regards to his number 6 overall pick. However, if the Denver Broncos are willing to make a significant offer to move up for a quarterback, then this could be where Schoen makes his move. Denver is reportedly willing to not only offer top draft picks, but potentially dangle top quarterback Patrick Surtain II in a deal as well. Now, the thing is with this is that, why would they, trade up, to do that? Why would you, the thing, as I said, is that, there's that little gap. You got the first 3 picks, which could quite possibly be all quarterbacks. Then you got a little bit of a gap. Then you got the Giants. So in that little gap there, you got the Cardinals and you got the Chargers, right? Those are the teams you want to be trading, moving up in front of the Giants, because the Giants might want a quarterback. You don't know, right? But also, why wouldn't you want to jump up to number 4? Right? Why would you want to trade with the Giants at number 6 and maybe leave that little gap there where somebody else can leapfrog you and maybe take up that other quarterback? So we'll have to wait and see. It may not even get to the Giants at number 6. Minnesota could couple up those first 2-round picks and maybe give something else if they had to, maybe a maybe a future pick in next year's draft, maybe a possible 3rd round or something in next year's draft to jump up to number 4. Right? So Denver's reporting willing to trade Patrick Surtain II in a deal as well. Hey, the Giants are in need of a cornerback to play opposite of Deonte Banks. Surtain is also still on his rookie deal from Denver, so acquiring him and adding his deal to the payroll would be an issue. Is this something G-Men would pursue? Well, you don't even know if the option is going to be there for them to pursue it. But as I said, Patrick Surtain this year, his cap hit is almost $6.7 million, somewhere around there. So that's something the Giants certainly could swing without question. But here they have his calculated market value, as Patrick Surtain would they have his market value, right? Once he strikes the big deal, right? Would be about $20.5 million a season, which would be, the going rate. That's fair. Very, very fair. Would be a 4-year deal, $82 million for let's say, they don't say any guaranteed money, do they? No, they don't. Okay. But it's like $20.5 million a season. So, hey, that's certainly very doable for the Giants without question. And also let's not forget, the salary cap's going to keep going up as well, right? If Darren Waller doesn't play after this season or whatever, or if he doesn't play this season, the Giants will save some money there. If the Giants somewhere along the line cut ties with Daniel Jones, there's some more money that they're going to save. The salary cap, obviously, next season's supposed to go up as well. So they'll certainly, without question, be able to fit Patrick Surtain II in the salary cap, without question. I said that would give him 2 edge rushers. That would give him 2 cornerbacks. The one thing is that, you got the 2 cornerbacks and 2 edges and all that. The thing is, you're not paying Kayvon yet. He's not getting the 25 or 30 million that he's going to want. If you got to pay Patrick Surtain $20 million, well, you're not paying Tay Banks what he's going to want when his rookie deal's over with. So, but it is what it is. But I mean, if I said if you can get Surtain and Banks, I said if you got Surtain and Banks and you got Kayvon, Dexter Lawrence, and Burns, wow. I'm not saying we got the greatest defense or not like that, but that would be nice. And then you got a Karake. Be a very nice start. Very, very nice start. All right. Let's see. Will Sean Payton mortgage the franchise to get a signal caller for the Broncos next Thursday? Many tell me the answer is yes. Giants trading for Patrick Surtain II would benefit Deonte Banks. Oh, yeah. Surtain will have his fifth-year option for his 2025 and will eventually want a contract extension, something the Giants can worry about down the road. With the salary cap always rising in the league, the Giants being able to afford Surtain would be something that is doable, especially if the G-men decide to cut ties with Daniel Jones after the 2024 campaign and his deal is off the books. Right? So this is what I saw this here. This is it. So if Denver is willing to offer a king's ransom with Surtain in the deal, what could a deal look like? Here is our proposal. And this is just, wow, this is like blowing me away here. The Broncos get pick 6 overall. Okay. Giants get pick number 12. Pick number 76, which would be a third rounder. So then the Giants would have pick number 70 and 76. A 2025 first-round pick and Patrick Surtain II to move up 6 spots. Holy cow. Now, the thing is, what you don't know. Let me get this. Do I get this here? There it is. Okay. They said what you don't know is where Denver is going to be drafting next season. Now, I'm just saying, say they're picking 20th overall. Their pick would be worth 850 points. But I mean, if they traded the Giants, pick number 6, according to this draft chart here, is worth 1,600 points. The Broncos pick number 12 is worth 1,200 points, right? Their third round pick is worth 210 points. So if they coupled up their first round and their third round picks, they would have 1,410 points, which would fall a little short of the 1,600 points the Giants, right? But then they're also throwing in Patrick Surtain as another first round pick. And then they're talking about in this article here about possibly giving the Giants another first round pick next season. I mean, that's just crazy. That is just stone cold crazy. I can't see that happening, but stranger things happen. It says the story that we have all heard from 2018 NFL draft was that the Broncos wanted to move up and were calling the Giants for their number 2 overall pick because Denver wanted a quarterback. However, former moron, general manager Dave the Moron Gettleman wasn't taking trade calls and ended up selecting Saquon Barkley, a move that may have questioned ever since. Denver had the number 5 overall pick, and they were reportedly ready to offer a haul for it for the number 2 pick. But it never happened because apparently the moron never picked the phone up. What an idiot. What an absolute idiot. I mean, I love Saquon to death. But if you got a chance to really improve the roster by getting like a king's ransom of picks, you go for it. I mean, how many Super Bowls did we win with Saquon? Right? Not necessarily his fault, but now 6 years later, Denver is in need of a quarterback, and really so are the Giants. But if the Broncos are willing to mortgage their future to move up for a signal caller, that's if one's even there. One may not even be there, number 6. Then this is where Big Blue can come in and take advantage. They could move down 6 spots, still take a quarterback later on with number 12 or in the second round, and add one in the top young cornerbacks in the league. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And another thing they're bringing up here too, right, is we've already talked about how on paper the Giants defense will look solid. Brian Dable has Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns. Bobby Okereke, Micah McFadden in the middle. Don't forget about Banks and adding Surtain. I mean, wow, right? Really, for all of the draft possibilities, we actually did envision the Giants and Broncos making a deal like this a month ago, although we didn't expect it to be potentially include Surtain. That's just an added bonus. If the Giants have a chance to move down like Lance Surtain and still have a shot at either drafting a quarterback, impact wide receiver, or tight end, then Shane should be on the phone with Denver as soon as possible. But then, as I said, once again, the thing is that they're moving up for a quarterback. They said there has to be a quarterback there. They're not moving up for Bo Nix or Penix. I really doubt it. So there has to be the fourth quarterback's got to be there. He may not even be there at number 6, right? So, but then I saw this one too. I think is this right here? Rumors of the Broncos looking to trade up and potentially including Patrick Surtain in the deal. Would be the 12th overall pick, Patrick Surtain II, and another draft choice would be an enticing offer for the Giants. So this is from is on Twitter, right? But it's the Broncos given pick 12, Surtain, and another draft pick. That makes sense. The other one that they're talking about would be, I mean, this one's just a little crazy. 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, and Patrick Surtain just to move up. That's just crazy. I mean, I can see what Patrick Surtain kind of, if he's not going to fit into Sean Payton's future or whatever, and I can see them maybe trying to get rid of him, maybe to entice the deal to go through. I can see that, especially because they don't want to pay him. Because you're going to have to pay the guy $20 million or so, if not, maybe more, going down in the future. Oh. Excuse me. So I can see maybe to entice somebody and maybe make the deal. But also, I mean, 2 first-round picks, a third round. I mean, that to me, that's a bit much. Just to move up to 6 spots from 12 to 6. I mean, the point total on the draft chart is just too much. Too much. I mean, even if the Broncos were picking 32nd and they gave them their first round pick next season, they were picking 30. That'd still be too much as far as the point total. And now, not to mention, you're throwing Patrick Surtain in there too. That's just a bit much. As I said, I could see, Patrick Surtain, pick 12, and another pick. Certainly another pick, without question. Some, and maybe not a pick that maybe it could be a second rounder next year or something like that. I can see that. Yeah, but I'll just have to wait. Just have to wait. Because once again, I said, you don't even know. You have no idea if that fourth quarterback's going to even be there. You don't even know. But I said, Patrick Surtain, according to Spot Track, they think he's going to get or be worth maybe about $20.5 million. Now, as I said, in a couple of seasons, so the Giants could take his $6 or $7 million cap hit this season, right? They maybe pick up his 5th-year option, which would be whatever, 12, 15 million or so. That's next season. It would be affordable, without question. And then if they had to pay the guy, $20.5 million or so, whatever, for 4 years. And I said the salary cap keeps going up. That's something very doable, without question. They can certainly do something like that. So, but we'll have to wait and see. And then finally, sort of this other one here is that what might the Giants do at safety? Now I said, they got a couple guys, but they can certainly add some depth, shall we say? If not, I mean, if maybe after the draft's over, if nothing happens, right? If they don't go out and draft maybe a safety, right? There's a few safeties here. Maybe nobody really unbelievably super spectacular. I think there's only one guy PFF has in the top 32, right? As far as in the safety. So, I mean, there's not a ton, right? But I said maybe after the draft's over, the Giants could certainly go out and maybe pick up. Because let's see here. Let me see here. NFL. No, wait. That's the draft guide. Where's the free agencies here? NFL. Free agent ranking. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let me look here. Status, unsigned, and let me go to positions. We're going down to safeties here. Let's see here. Blackman's there. Okay. Deshaun Gibson, senior. He's there from the 49ers. They have him only won basically $2 to $3 million a season. Blackman, $5.75 million a season. Right. Micah Hyde. Yeah, I mean, he's a placeholder because he's 33 years old. Gibson's 33 years old as well. So he'll be 34, looks like, when the season starts. So, I mean, so these guys, Jayron Kearse, he's 30. Right. So, I mean, there's a couple of guys out there. Blackman's probably the top-notch guy. He's 25. I mean, he'll be 26 during the season. So he's young. And he'll only be $5.75 million, according to PFF. That's what they have his projected contract to be. Be very, very cheap. They're saying like basically 2 years, 5.75. So basically, what is that? About $11.5 million. 2 years, $11.5 million contract. So that would be pretty decent. That'd be very, very, very affordable, especially if you start thinking about what the Packers paid McKinney at $17 million. Right, you're getting Blackman for $5.75 million a season. So you can get 3 years worth of Blackman for 1 year of McKinney. So, but yeah, that wouldn't be bad. But if we go back here, what the Giants might wind up doing here at safety, right, in the draft. Here's another spot. This is from the New York Post. Here's another spot in the defensive backfield that is not exactly fully stocked with proven talent. The leading man the past few years, Xavier McKinney, left for riches, $67 million bestowed upon him by the Packers. McKinney played all the snaps last season, meaning that there's a whole bunch of playing time awaiting someone. Jason Pinnock returns at one starting spot, and perhaps ball hawk Dane Belton is ready for a larger role. So we'll have to wait and see. And the veteran Jalen Mills was signed to a 1-year deal, and he should compete for some work as well, too. Yeah. But General Manager Joe Schoen does not believe in spending big for safety and probably doesn't want to invest major draft capital in that position either. We'll have to wait and see. If he does, day 2 options include Newbin from Minnesota, Bullock from USC, Bullard from Georgia, Hicks from Washington State, Kinchins from Miami, and Taylor Demerson from Texas Tech. So, so I think there's one guy here who has a day 1, Newbin from Minnesota. Okay. According to PFF, he's the 31st ranked player on their board, 31st. So it's never going to go where player 1 goes first. So Newbin might even go to the second round. He might go in the first round. You don't know, but he's their 31st ranked player. So basically, he would be like he's the only safety, according to PFF. That's all I'm going by, right? That might possibly go in the first round. You got Bullard from Georgia, who just happens to be the 47th ranked player, according to PFF, right? And the Giants in the second round have pick number 47, right? So, I would be shocked if the Giants took a safety in the second round. Very shocked, especially with the we need a cornerback, we need a quarterback backup, we need a wide receiver, need defensive line help. We could probably other positions, but I mean, I would be shocked if we took a safety in the second round. If we took a safety in the 4th round or something like that, 5th round, wouldn't be surprised about that at all. Adding some depth, wouldn't be surprised, especially if he gets one of these guys that maybe has some special teams, capabilities with him. I wouldn't be surprised about that at all, right? But it is a little surprising because, I mean, especially if you also look at, like, there's one thing that the Bills had, right? They always had good safety play. Okay, that top-notch safety play. And where did Shane come from? Buffalo. Now it's just kind of interesting to see how, like with Brandon Bean, they invested. Maybe he got some guys. He had some good draft capital, low draft capital, first, second round picks, whatever. The guys on the defensive front, but they also had good safeties, right? Shane's trying to build up the front, right? But he invested like in a cornerback and all. And he's kind of like leaving the safeties. I don't want to say, leaving it as a weak spot or nothing like that, but he doesn't seem like he's maybe going to go out and invest in a safety. Now, maybe, as I said, once again, he might draft a couple of safeties this year, might draft another one next year to try to add some depth and all that and everything, but it doesn't seem like he's going out and spending big bucks on a safety. Right? So we'll have to wait and see. But as I said, there are, according to PFF, right, that's all I'm going by. Right? They have, there's guys here that they have, right? I said Bullard is number 47. He was the 47th ranked overall safety. So I mean, in football last year. Newman from Minnesota. Okay, he's 6'2", 210 pounds, nice size. He was the 10th ranked safety. He graded out at 89.2. Very impressive, right? So that's why he has the first round grade. I'm sure he'll do very well for whoever drafts him, but I'd be shocked if the Giants drafted him. Same thing with Bullard. But Bullard was the 47th ranked, according to PFF, 47th ranked safety. Then they got Hicks from Washington State as the 54th ranked player. Now he was the 113th ranked safety, according to PFF in college football last season. Then you got Bullock, right, from USC. He's 6'3", 190 pounds. You got Demerson from Texas Tech. He's a little bit small. He's 5'11", 195. Then you got Kinchins from Miami, from the U, right? He's 6 foot tall, 205 pounds. Then you got another guy from Georgia. You got Tyquise Smith, right? He's the 118th best player. So Georgia's got two, Bullard, right, and Smith. In the top 118 players, they got two of them are Georgia safeties. So let's see. Then you got Vaki from Utah. And actually, it's interesting. Vaki and Bishop, two safeties from Utah, are ranked 124 and 132. Right. There's Mustafa from Wake Forest. Another guy from Oregon State. There's Proctor from Ohio State, pick number with the 184th ranked guy. There's could be Brady, Bo Brady maybe from Maryland. Trey Taylor from the Air Force. But there's a lot. They only have, let's see where we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They only got 5 guys, PFF, once again, so I'm going by. They got 5 guys, 5 safeties listed in the top 100. So that would be basically 5. They got 5 safeties listed, okay, in the top 3 rounds. They got one guy who's ranked number 31 overall. So that would leave 4 guys that PFF has ranked in the second rounds 2 and 3. So in the second round, according to them, there might be 2 guys taken. In the third round, there might be 2 guys taken as well in the third round. So there might be 4 or 5 safeties taken in the top 100. Right. So it's not an unbelievable safety class. As I said, with the Giants, if they want to, as I said, if they pass on a wide receiver for whatever reason, they might come back with a wide receiver in the third round. Or they might take a quarterback in the third round. If they pass on one, then they might take a wide receiver in the second round. But, there's certain positions, obviously, that the Giants need to fill, right, in this draft. And we'll have to wait and see if something crazy happens, like the Patrick Surtain trade. Who knows? But there are certain positions that the Giants really need to target and fill in the top 3. And, as I said, offensive lineman, I would be shocked if they took an offensive lineman in the top 3. Safety, I'd be kind of shocked if they did that as well. they took a safety maybe in the 4th or 5th round or something like that, that wouldn't surprise me at all. If after the draft was over with, they brought in some safeties. Let's not forget we got Javarius Owens as well too, right? A draft pick from last season. But I said after the draft's over, the Giants bring some undrafted free agents in. I wouldn't be shocked about that either, because they got, want to at least bring some competition, let them guys compete. So the Giants got some guys at safety. It's just that, let's have to see how they prioritize it. But for them to take one of the top 2 or 3 rounds, I'd be a little surprised about that. All right, guys, it's exactly 1 hour. Whoever spent any time, Ruben, as always, buddy, thank you, pal. Great talking to you. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. If anybody's going to spend any time watching the replays, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.